Okay, just making a quick video of some of the amendments we do use other than our homemade compost. So for seedlings that get stuck in the tray a little long, they run out of nutrients in that potting mix. So we'll use this Coop Poop. It's an organic garden and lawn fertilizer. NPK on it's really low. It is not OMRI certified, but it's all organic. So if we were certified organic, we wouldn't be able to use that just because they haven't paid. Actually, I'm wrong. It is OMRI listed. OMRI listed is for certified organic. I didn't think that was. But everything else that we do use is um, this jug right here I've had for years. It's 2.5 gallons of fish hydrolysate, and that is OMRI listed. I use very little of that just because I hate the smell. But if we have, I put it in that watering sprayer, and when seedlings are stuck in here longer than they need to be because of the cold weather, I'll give them a little bit of that for a boost. And then right here, that's also organic listed, OMRI listed, that is boron. Boron's a vital nutrient that is it's really needed for um, like broccoli, cabbage, and especially beets, spinach, and Swiss chard. If you don't have boron, you'll have pretty good deficiencies in those plants. It's also a scary one because if you over apply boron, boron toxicity goes up and it kills pretty much everything. So that goes into a sprayer, and before I transplant or seed, especially beets, it's 1 tablespoon to 3 gallons of that, and I'll spray the bed just to get some boron in my soil, and it's never enough. I don't put down enough because I am afraid of the boron toxicity. So I just use enough of that to fight off the disease. So, and then it will get it. Beets are the only thing that gets a second application of boron. It'll get boron again after I hit them when they get to about 5 leaves, and then again pretty close to when the beets are really starting to bulb up. I'll go ahead and spray it again. It doesn't completely eliminate the leaf spots, but it keeps it down a little bit. If I had my boron perfect, I wouldn't have those, but haven't quite figured out the amount to use, and I fear poisoning my soil. Boron is anywhere that's been under ocean water. That's why kelp meal is a good source of boron. But finding bulk supply of kelp meal in upstate New York is rather expensive and cost prohibitive for me. And the other thing I use is early in the spring to get the soil going again. For my like early stuff, I'll mix in some blackstrap molasses. Those are also organic blackstrap molasses, so it's not normally used as a fertilizer. But the reason I use that, I learned this years ago, is the sugar in the molasses gets the microbes working and eating. So that pretty much in the early spring, that'll wake it up. And then unfortunately, when the molasses is eaten up by them, they do die off, but when they die off back to the capacity that the soil can handle, the molasses will be gone, consumed by them. They'll die off, and then they provide plant nutrients. Because adding, this is just my opinion from my research, but soil is at max capacity for microbial activity at all times. So whatever can be living there will be living there. So we give it some blackstrap molasses, some sugar. They will that will boost the population up, get everything working, and then when our plants get in, they'll start producing sugars out through their root exudates, so that population won't completely die off, but it'll keep it going. That's another reason why I cover crop as much as I do, is the more you have a living root in the ground, the more relationships are there with the microbes that work in symbiotic relationship with our plants. Also, fungi, soil fungi like sugar, so I have played with this before when I had more time to really pay attention. But if I molasses a bed, especially if it's real woody of wood chips, and then keep up on that, like every couple weeks, spray it, the mushroom population will be quite a bit more in that than anywhere else. So, and mushrooms they're digesters of organic matter, so it can cycle nutrients better. But I don't really have time to mess with that all the time, but I do spray it, put it down early, just to beds that haven't been cover cropped, kind of wake them up. And I did notice that it seems to really work. The other thing that I sometimes use the blackstrap molasses for, if I'm going to terminate a cover crop with a tarp and it's still cold, the black tarp requires heat to really kill the cover crop. Smashing it to the ground, the heat from the sun. Like right now, it's just cloudy and rainy, kind of cool every day. And if I would have sprayed the blackstrap molasses and liquid fish before I put the tarp down, that cover crop is dead and digested quite a bit faster. Not completely, like you'll still see traces of it, but the legume part of the cover crop will be basically non-existent by the time the tarp comes off. And the cold weather, the tarp normally wouldn't kill it, so it works really well. Just an observation I've made, and I'm sure there's some science to say that I'm crazy, but it seems to work for me, so there you go. If you like this video, hit thumbs up.